let's just move on further towards the next concept, in which the numerator is nothing but greater than the denominator. Whenever in any rational number numerator is greater than the denominator, then the plotting of that particular rational number on the number line is different from that of the numerator when the case is numerator is less than the denominator. So let us suppose I'm taking an example over here, and we have a rational number which is of the type, let us suppose 7 by 5. As we know that the numerator over here is nothing but 7 and the denominator over here is nothing but 5. So it means that obviously 7 is greater than 5. Whenever the numerator is greater than the denominator, you have to follow the different kind of steps. So let's just start with the steps first. So in the step number 1, first of all, you have to convert the rational number into the mixed fraction. We all know about the mixed fraction. What is the meaning of a mixed fraction? Let us suppose we have 7 by 5. So we will divide 7 by 5 like 5 and 7. So this is nothing but 5 ones of 5. So the remainder is nothing but 2. So we can write 7 by 5 as it is 1, 2 by 5. This is nothing but a mixed fraction. First of all, we have to convert any rational number which is of the type in which the numerator is greater than the denominator in the mixed fraction formation, in which we have the quotient is 1 over here, the remainder is in the numerator and the divisor in the denominator. So this is my mixed fraction of 7 by 5. So convert the rational number into the mixed fraction, and the mixed fraction of 7 by 5 is nothing but 1, 2 by 5. So now the step number 2 is plot the rational number in between the whole number and the next integer after it. What does it mean? It means that, let us suppose I'm talking about this particular mixed fraction, and this mixed fraction is nothing but 1, 2 by 5. So we have to look at this particular whole number. This is my whole number. So the whole number over here is nothing but 1. So it means that in the step number 2, you have to see this particular whole number, and thus this fraction or this particular rational number, that is 7 by 5, will lies in between this whole number 1 and the coming integer. So after 1, the coming integer is nothing but 2. So it means that 7 by 5 will lie in between 1 and 2. Let us suppose over here the mixed fraction is of the type 3, 7 and 2. Let us suppose the mixed fraction is of the type like 3, 2 by 7. So in this case, the whole number is nothing but 3. So this particular rational number will lie in between the 3 and the next coming integer, which is nothing but 4. So always remember this fact that whenever we will convert a rational number in which the numerator is always greater than the denominator, after converting it into the mixed fraction, you have to look out for that particular whole number which we will get after dividing it, and that whole number over here is nothing but 1. So in the step number 2, you have to plot this particular rational number in such a way that the rational number will lie in between this whole number and the coming integer. So the coming integer over here is nothing but 2. So it means that we have to plot this number in between the point 1 and 2. So I am plotting this point as, let us suppose we have 1 over here. Let us suppose we have 2 over here. Okay, so this particular 7 by 5 rational number will lie in between the point 1 and 2. Now the same concept like we did in the case of when the numerator is less than denominator, you have to see this 2 by 5 integer, sorry, 2 by 5 fraction, and in the same way we have to see 5 first. 5 is in the denominator, so you have to divide 1 to 2 into 5 equal sections, Now the process is whole same as that of the case when the numerator is less than denominator. Now you have to divide 1 to 2 into 5 equal sections. So let us suppose I am dividing it into the 5 equal section as 1, as 2, as 3, as 4 and 5. So my step number 3 over here is repeat the process of plotting. Repeat the process of plotting same as in case when numerator is less than denominator. Okay, so this is my step number 3rd. So this is section 1, this is section 2, this is section 3, this one is section 4 and this one is section 5. Now we have to look for 2 by 5, means we have to plot this particular point as 2 by 5 means the second section is over here. So this is second section for the 5th or out of the 5th section. This is my second section. So this is the point or this is the end of the second section. So hence this particular point is nothing but 7 by 5. This particular point is nothing but 7 by 5. So always remember that whenever numerator is greater than the denominator, you always have to follow all these steps in order to plot a rational number whenever the numerator is greater than the denominator. So let us suppose I'm talking about the rational number which is nothing but 8 by 5. Let us suppose I'm talking about a rational number other than 7 by 5 which is nothing but 8 by 5. So again 8 by 5, whenever we divide 8 by 5 like 5 and 8, we will divide it like 5 ones are 5 and the remainder is nothing but 3. So it means that it can be converted as 1 3 by 5. So it means that this particular rational number will lie in between 1 and the coming integer, and the coming integer is nothing but 2. So 1 and 2, again it is 3 by 5. It means we are talking about the 3rd section out of the 5 section. So the 3rd section is over here and it ends up over here. So it means that this particular point is nothing but 8 by 5. So it means that this particular point is nothing but representing 9 by 5, and this particular point, that is 2, it can be written as 10 by 5 because we know that after cancelling it the answer will be nothing but 2. So in the same way this particular point is represented as 6 by 5 and it can be represented as 5 by 5 because after cancelling out each other we get the answer as 1. So this is the whole representation of a rational number of such a kind in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. So the same steps we will follow if the rational number is negative, but always remember in case of the negative we have to move in the negative direction of the number line.